this video, we will show how to access the Brine Line Flow Control. First, by using a wrench, loosen and unthread the brass compression nut that's holding the brine line elbow in place and set it aside. Then using the wrench again, loosen and unthread the brass fitting away from the valve body. You want to ensure that the valve body port is clear of any debris or buildup. Also ensure that the hole in the center of this brass fitting is free and clear of any debris. This is a quick connect style elbow where you'll push the brine line tubing past an internal O-ring, and then the blue clip secures the connection. Using pliers, grab onto the plastic red retainer and pull straight out of the brass fitting. You'll then see that there's this tiny rubber flow control button inside of the brass fitting. Notice that there's an O-ring wrapped around one side of this brass fitting. If the O-ring is pinched or has a tear, it will create a leak, so you'll need to replace it. This is the Brine Line Flow Control button, which has a precision drilled hole in the center that controls the amount of water being placed into the brine tank during the refill cycle. If there's any blockage in this flow control, it will negatively affect the amount of water being placed into the brine tank. There's a right way and a wrong way to place the flow control back into the plastic red retainer. There are two sides to the button. A flat side, which has the flow control size and flow rate embossed on it, and the other side, which has a beveled hole. When placing the flow control into the retainer, ensure that the flat side embossed side is facing up, and then push the retainer back into the brass fitting as shown here. By placing it in this position, water will now be forced through the beveled center hole in order to place the proper amount of water into the brine tank. Before placing the O-ring back onto the brass fitting, apply a thin amount of silicone grease onto the O-ring, as you do not want the O-ring to be in a dry state. Then snap the blue secure clip back into position on the elbow. Again, ensure that you applied a thin coat of silicone grease onto the O-ring and then thread back into the control valve body and tighten with a wrench. Then thread the compression nut brine line elbow back into the brass fitting and tighten as well.
Visit us at www.canaturewg.com.